artists, today we're going to create a spooky box. The spooky box is a peek box diorama art project. You look in here and
see spooktacular surprises. Let's get started. You will need a shoebox or a box of your choice, a pencil, 2 sheets of cardstock paper, scissors, Sharpies, fine point and ultra fine point, tape, crayons, markers, and/or colored pencils. Optional is a flameless tea light and acrylic paint. The spooky box. There's a peephole in the front of the box, an opening at the top of the box to let light in. Making a peephole. I'm tracing a circle. Find something round to trace. Now we'll be able to see what's going on inside of the spooky box. The inside of the box is very dark, so we need to let a little bit of light into the back end of the box. And make sure you get help cutting the box because some boxes are really hard to cut. Ask for help if your box is too hard to cut. I'm cutting an opening for light because it's dark inside of the box and I want to see what's going on inside of it. Now, when you look into the box, you can see the back end of the box. That's the first thing you see. So we want an image to really grab your attention in the back of the box. Measuring the back of the box. So I'm tracing the back of the box onto a sheet of paper. And the first thing you should do is cut out the shape that you traced to make sure the paper fits. Yes, the paper fits. The first thing you see when looking into the peephole is the back end of the box. So we need a very striking image for the back end of the box. Every box is a different size. Make sure the paper fits before you start the drawing. Drawing a haunted house. I start by drawing a rectangle with a smaller rectangle on top. Now I'm drawing some roof shapes. I'm adding a few more rectangles with triangular roofs. Now I'm dividing that first rectangle into another space. That's going to be the basement of the house. I'm adding windows and doors and the shape of a staircase. Don't worry about drawing the lines so straight. In fact, the more crooked you draw this house, the more haunted it will look. I've decided to draw the door open. Doesn't it make you want to go in to see who's home? Now I'm adding architectural elements. I'm adding a weather vane and a chimney. The shutters on this haunted house are crooked. This is an old Victorian house, so there are a lot of architectural details. In the windows, I'm drawing eyes. The eyes are looking at you. In one window, there's a jack-o'-lantern. Does somebody live in this house? I'm drawing siding. Bricks on the chimney, bricks in the basement, and shingles on the roof. I'm drawing the house on a hill and a crooked, cracked walkway. Now, with my fine point Sharpie, I'm shading in the windows. Now you can really see the eyes looking at you and the jack-o'-lantern on the second floor. I've decided to have a ghost coming out of the chimney and a few bats in the sky. The fence is falling apart. I'm drawing a fall tree. There's a bird in the tree, and the branches bump into the house. On the fence, there's a cat that's obviously seen something inside of the house. The cat's fur is standing straight up. Will you be trick-or-treating at this house? Look at the overgrown grass in the yard. Now, I'm using colored pencils to add color to the house. The shutters are green, the bricks are red, the trim on the house is green, the roof is brownish. I'm coloring in the yard and the walkway and the sky. There's a little bit of purple in the night sky. When you're finished coloring in the background picture, put the picture into your box and see how it looks looking through the peephole. Now, what is going on in front of this house? Now I'm measuring the side of the box because everything I draw for the inside of the box cannot be taller than the height of the box. I've decided to add a graveyard next to the house. That will make it even more spooky. Notice that everything I draw, I'm leaving an extra piece of paper underneath that object. This is a tab. I'm going to fold over the tab after I cut the object out, and that's going to make it stand. Now I'm drawing a ghost coming out of the gravestone and a vampire. Look at all the geometric shapes I'm using for the vampire's body. Everything you draw needs to have an extra piece of paper underneath it so that it can stand up inside of your box. Then I'm going to take my fine point Sharpie and shade in the shapes. So this vampire is kind of a silhouette, as if he's appearing from out of the shadows. Don't forget to draw a tab under everything that you're drawing. Now I've measured the top part of the paper just to make sure that everything I draw is going to fit inside of the box. And it's not a very tall box, so my drawings need to be kind of small. I'm drawing jack-o'-lanterns. There's a spider on top of this jack-o'-lantern. I'm drawing a skeleton that's going to walk into the scene, maybe sneak up on that vampire. What kind of spooky things are you going to draw in your spooky box? In our online classroom, there is a spooky drawing idea sheet. The witch is going to be attached to the top of the box to make it look as if she's flying. Notice all the geometric shapes inside of this witch. First, I draw the shapes, and then I take my fine point Sharpie and I shade in all of the shapes to make the witch look like she's kind of a silhouette appearing from the shadows. Now I'm drawing some long grass to put in front of the house. I'm using markers and colored pencils to add color to all of my drawings. Then I will take my scissors and carefully cut out everything, including the tab underneath the drawing. Now that everything is cut out and the picture of the haunted house is taped into the back of the box, I fold down the tab and I tape one object at a time into the spooky box. Using the peephole, I can check to make sure everything is lined up before I tape it down. I'm taping down one object at a time and using the peephole to make sure that everything can be seen. I'm taping the witch to the top of the box so that when I put the lid on, it looks like she's flying through the air.
Happy Halloween!
Decorating the outside of the spooky box. First, I painted the box with a layer of orange acrylic paint. And now that the paint is dry, I'm using my Sharpie to draw some spooky images. Skeleton silhouettes, bats, witches. If the spooky box looks interesting from the outside, doesn't it make you want to look and see what's on the inside? How are you going to decorate the outside of your box? The spooky box.
I had so much fun making a spooky box with you today. Happy Halloween!